Most of us have heard of workplace and safety, but may not be aware of who has the responsibilities and what can happen if those are not followed. Here's Mike. Mike loves to be safe. He works at the local toy factory as the WHS manager. When he comes home, his wife tells him all the things that are broken and need fixing. He makes sure he repairs everything straight away because he doesn't want his family to get hurt. When Mike goes to work, he sees all his employees and the visitors to the toy factory as though they were part of his own family. He wants to keep them safe. He trains them on how to lift carefully so they don't get injured. He shows them what equipment to use or wear for protection. He always talks to them about what hazards, dangers to look for, and what to do if something is wrong. The employees at the toy factory all agree to follow Mike's advice because they know that this law protects their health, safety, and welfare. They also know that if they don't, they could lose their job, risk being fined up to $100,000, or worse, someone could get hurt or die. But there is one employee that Mike can't seem to get through to, and that's Gary. Gary works in the warehouse as a forklift driver. Gary doesn't like rules. Gary never attended WHS training. He said it was too boring. Gary thinks WHS is all the employer's responsibility. Gary notices that one of the shelves that holds the heavy boxes is loose and bent. Gary doesn't think that it's his responsibility to report any possible hazards, so he ignores it and continues to lock it. Gary comes back in the morning and all the shelves are collapsed and all the boxes are smashed. It costs tens of thousands of dollars in damage. Gary's boss checks the keycard log from the night before, and it appears that Gary was the last one to leave and lock up. The boss calls him in for a meeting. At the end, Gary lost his job and was fined $100,000 for negligence. Gary learned about his responsibility for workplace safety too late. Don't be like Gary. Safety is everyone's responsibility, so if you see that something is wrong, report it. Get involved in WHS training and always know your evacuation procedures. Most